สวัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับผมครับผม
Hello and welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone is welcome to join. We are waiting for our first participant. Oh yes, we have Alexei from Russia.
Yeah, hello, Tanajan.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Can I help you? Who's behind you? Maria?
It's Olga.
Hello.
Olga. Hi, Olga.
Hello.
Good to
Yes.
see you.
Yeah.
Where are
Nice
you
to
now?
meet you.
Where are you now?
In Vietnam.
In
In
Vietnam. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, can I help you tonight? You have any question?
Yes, Alexei.
Yes. I have one question.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Tanajan, could you please advise how to best practice mindfulness in daily life? Should I choose a single object like the breathe, and return to it at different times during the day? Or is it better to simply observe all bodily and mental process as they arise, moment by moment?
Just body action only. Don't worry about the mental activity. Just watch what you're doing with your body. Walking, standing, sitting, eating, washing your clothes, dressing, whatever you do with your body, keep watching your body.
Okay.
Don't let your mind go thinking about other things.
Mm.
And if you're sitting down and the body is not moving, then you can watch your breath.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about the thought, the mental thing, because it's too hard to watch and it can distract your attention. You want to stop your mental activities. So don't follow the mental activities because you will not stop it that way.
Yeah,
But
okay.
if you keep watching your body, then the mental activity cannot work. The mind cannot go think about this and that because you're forcing it to watch your body all the time. So keep watching your body from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep.
Okay.
Then you will have mindfulness all day long, all night long.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay, so and when you meditate, just keep watching your breath at the tip of your nose.
Mm.
Or if you do walking meditation, just watch your steps when you walk. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Another method, you can use the mantra Bhutto, Bhutto also. If your mind wants to go thinking about this and that, use mantra to bring it back. If you're walking and you start to think about Russia, think about home, think about this and that, then you should use Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto to bring it back. You want to keep the mind in the present, here and now. not go anywhere else. And the thing that can tie your mind to the present is your body. Understand?
Yes. Yeah, I understand. Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Is that all?
Yeah. Now, yes.
How long
Thank-
you stay? How long you gonna stay in Vietnam?
I'm going to India to Dharamsala in 2 weeks.
Dhammsala to see the Dalai Lama.
Yes, I hope, but
Okay.
we will see.
Good. Okay. Enjoy your trip.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Next, Marco from Holland. Hi, Marco. Haven't seen you a
Hey,
while.
Ajaan. Yes, it's been a while. The last 2 weeks were difficult. Last week I couldn't because of work, and the week before it was too busy. I was too late. So now I'm lucky to be here again. So I'm here
Okay.
to pay my respects to you, and if I may report my homework.
Go ahead.
I feel progress in meditation. I feel progress in my overall mental state. I feel things are more clear. I also feel that I'm more aware when things are not good, meaning that when I feel irritation, I actually feel it come up, and I have a feeling that it actually lasts less long than it used to. I think my mindfulness has been growing as well, but there's still a lot of work to be done. I have one doubt, one question that I would like to ask, and that's about the way of the meditation. I think I finally reached a way to not think anymore when I start my meditation. But I notice that my breath also brings me sleepiness. Is that because I also do the Buddha meditation before I go to sleep? Maybe I should switch it up a little bit.
No, that shouldn't be the case. If you recite a mantra, it should keep you awake. If you stop reciting the mantra, then you go to sleep.
So I do it out loud, right? So I do it only mentally now, and that doesn't stick. So I should try to do it loud.
Oh, you can try some other mantra like the 32 parts of the body. Force you to have more concentration, force you to think more, to be more mindful. If you use just one word, it can be repetitious, and it could be just automatic. But if you do 32 parts, then you have to know what you're saying, what you're reciting. Hair of the body, hair of the head, nail, teeth, skin, flesh, bone, marrow, and so forth. If you feel sleepy, then you should use something like this. But if you're not sleepy and you feel comfortable with just the mantra Buddha, then that's okay also. It depends on your mental situation.
Yeah.
You have to sometimes improvise the right type of meditation object for your practice.
Yeah, I read that it's not wise to change often. But
if you have a reason, then you should.
Then exactly.
But if you have no reason, then you shouldn't.
The feeling I have now is that the mantra works fine. It's just that at certain points, and I think it just has to do with me being just tired, probably. That it's just too much, because I have a feeling, and I don't know if Dhanajan can confirm that or not, that because I'm trying to be so mindful throughout the day, it actually takes a lot of energy. Because
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So I'm fabricating then, probably.
Thinking is taking more of your energy when you think. It drains your mental energy. Mindfulness is to save your mental energy, because you think less.
Oh, then I can blame my work, I think. I think about that too much.
Yeah, you think too much. That drains your energy, not your mindfulness.
Fair enough. I'm blaming the wrong culprit.
Yeah.
So the mindfulness, like I said, I do have feeling better. So whenever I do a lot of walking meditation, and I'm really like sticking with the steps, and it's going well, I really feel light when doing so. I feel good when doing so. I feel more calm when doing so. And then when I start doing the meditation after, especially when I have my days off, it actually works better than when I've worked. But yeah, it's slow, but it's steady progress. I do see a big difference compared to several months ago.
Try to remind yourself the goal is to stop thinking.
Yeah.
Don't be deceived by your defilement and start to ask you to investigate or to analyze this and that. This is not the time yet to do that. The time now is to stop thinking, to get into jhana first. Once you have jhana, then you can go to wisdom part, contemplation and analyzing, investigating, so forth.
Yeah, thank you, Ajaan. I think so. What's the difference between the first and the second jhana? When do you know to reach the
You
second
don't have to
step?
know anything. The goal is the fourth jhana. You want the
Okay.
mind to become still and
Mm.
peaceful. Sometimes it can go quickly from first to fourth, like falling from a high place. Sometimes you go by step by step. The mind drop into a little bit more calm, and then later on it drops into a more calm, and eventually it reaches the fourth. But when you meditate, you don't want to analyze which jhana am I in now and so forth, because if you do this, you won't get anywhere.
Then I trigger the mind again to start thinking. Then it goes away from the rest.
Yeah, you can analyze this afterward when you finish with your meditation and say, okay, this is what happened, this so forth. But it's not necessary or even important to think when you meditate.
That's key. Thank you.
Because it will prevent you from getting to the fourth. Yeah, you might be stuck with the first, the vitaka, vichara.
Yeah, just the rapture and the pity. That's what I feel, and that's kind of where it sticks. That's why I'm wondering what the next step is. But is that because then I'm validating too much?
What you say? Please repeat.
Is it because I'm thinking too much about it? Like, okay, this is the
Yes.
next step. And
Yes.
okay.
Don't think. The goal is to stop thinking.
So again, I'm creating my own hindrances again.
Restlessness and agitation.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay, anything else?
No, it's good to see you again. I'm happy that I'm here.
Okay, give up the practice, mindfulness.
Thank you,
All the
Ajaan.
time, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. Don't be without mindfulness. Mindfulness is like a weapon. If you are a cop, when you leave the house, you have to have the gun on your holster, ready to pull and shoot at your enemy anytime.
Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay.
I'll be sure to be armed.
Yeah. The Buddha said mindfulness is always important or always necessary. Whatever you do, you need to be mindful. You need to do it with mindfulness, and everything will be good.
Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay. I'll see you later next time.
See you next time.
Dr. Pierre, are you in the mood to talk, or you're driving? Or you have to unmute your microphone first.
Good. Oh, we are in the car, but that's okay.
Okay.
Good morning from Toronto, Ajaan. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you after a while.
Looks like you have nice weather.
Yes.
Getting warmer. Little flowers blooming, and it's nice, beautiful. But still chilly, like about 10 degrees. Not too bad.
How are you, Ajaan?
Fine. Thank you.
Yeah. We were in Sri Lanka for about 12 days. Yes, so got the opportunity to do lots of dana. Was very happy. Yes, visited monasteries and did lots of Dhamma related things. Activities. Yeah.
Yes.
And also, I just want to tell you something. Before I met you, I never had any upekha. I mean, metta, mudita, karuna came very naturally to me, but upekha was something. But I learned it from you, and in this trip, I practiced it so much, and I thought I must tell you this. I'm so grateful to you for teaching me upekha.
You should always thank the Buddha. I'm just his messenger.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I was the object of meditation.
Yeah.
For practice upekha.
So she had to practice a lot of ubeka. Good. It's natural.
Thank you.
Whoever you should try use ubeka.
Yeah. So I did the same upekha as the jhana, the fourth jhana at the end, right? There is no two different upekas. Buddha always taught one upekha, right?
Yes, one ubeka. It comes to you through the fourth jhana. The other ubeka are just forced jhana, forced ubeka, not natural ubeka.
When you are in jhanas and you practice, it comes naturally.
Yeah. I think it spills over to the daily life. I think that's what she's saying. Because when you the upekha, that upekha too is helpful when you're dealing with people and with a lot less reactivity, I guess.
It's useful. You can use it with every situation, really.
Yes.
You want to
Yes,
protect your mind from any form of suffering. You need to have ubeka. No reaction to whatever you come involved with.
So you're making less defilements, right? Less karma, like in other words.
You're getting rid of your karma. Your defilement. Your
Yes.
defilement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once you don't react, then your defilement cannot function, cannot work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
a
only
very
when you
nice
react.
feeling. Yeah.
So that's a kind of activity that's leads to end of activity, right? Karma that is leading to end of karma. I mean, it's temporary at least, till you get the insight, right?
Yes, you will end all defile karmic activity, but you can still have other karma activity without defilement. Like the Buddha, after he became enlightened, he still functioned, he still worked, but he used metta, karuna, mudita with his karma. Whatever he did it with loving kindness or compassion or sympathetic joy. Or if all else fails, then he come back to ubeka.
Yes, that's so true. And also Tanajan in Sri Lanka, they were, after many years, they were showing the Buddha's tooth relic. So much crowd. Of course, we didn't go, but people from all over
After
the
15
world.
years,
Yeah,
I think.
after 15 years, yes.
They were just
Yes.
showing, I think they are for the public. So the tooth relic. So I think there's a big crowd gathered around and lineups, like they were sleeping on the ground, etc. But I mean, it's good. Like if you don't have faith, I think once you have confidence in the Dhamma, I don't know whether you need to just so much, go through that. You have the confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. So tooth relic, I mean, it's okay seeing it, but this is not a absolute must, I would say.
I think people don't even go for confidence. They go for blessing. They thought by paying something holy like the relics of the Buddha will give them a happy life.
That is, honestly, I think that's the majority of
Yeah, that's the majority of people. They don't understand that the purpose is to instill confidence or faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha.
That is true.
Yeah, the blessings you make within, right, your own mind.
Yeah.
We
People
have
only think of happiness and prosperity. And that's
so coming from outside, it is like something like a god or relic, maybe blessing making upon you, right? Some kind of external source. But the work is the internal source, right? All the work Buddha's trying to say is it is an inside job.
Yeah. That is so true. And Buddha always says, if you respect me, do like follow me. So I mean, that's the most important thing.
If you see Dhamma, you will see me.
Yeah. So the goal of the relics is to push people toward his teaching, really. That's the goal. Yeah. That's the purpose.
That's an important transmission of teachings, right? When the relic goes, like the people have the faith from country to country, I think that's what they kind of protect, by the transmission of the teachings, or the confidence. I don't know. Relics. Lots of relics here in Sri Lanka.
Yes, it's all over.
Yes.
And no one can prove whether they are true or not.
Yeah, you have to do a carbon testing, but I don't know whether they do.
And nobody there to prove, because this will be skeptical, and this can be considered to be bad karma.
Bad karma. So no one to do that.
No one there
No one is saying no.
to question whether they are real or not.
Yeah. So the belief, faith, blind faith, we take it.
Yeah.
But when you have the teachings, which is so solid,
That's
like
a real
once you
relic.
practice, you know.
That's right. That's a real relic, like we are saying.
Yeah.
Ajaan.
Okay. Anything
Thank you
else?
so much. Nice seeing you.
Thank you so much.
You going to work now?
I go to work upstairs. Like you just park the car in the parking lot.
Or you just got to your office?
Parking lot, obviously, yes.
Okay. Enjoy your work.
Have a
Happy
nice
working
thank
day.
you. Okay, bye.
Okay. Next, Daniel. Hi, Daniel Wood. I think we have two people, Daniel here.
To for aversion to pain, but I'm working on it. I do have a question. When I do my walking meditation, or actually, between activities, I like to be mindful of my breath, because the breath brings me calm and pleasure, actually. But I understand that you are recommending during walking meditation to be mindful of the steps. Is it better for me to switch?
It's easier. You can watch your step, but the breath can be subtle and hard to catch it. But if you find the breath useful for you, it's fine also.
It's fine. Okay. Yeah, I find the breath easier. So, well, maybe I'll experiment and see how it goes.
But you have to also walking the path. You have to watch the path that you walk also. If
Yes,
you keep watching your breath and you're not looking at the path, then you might step on something or walk into something.
For sure. Yeah, that is true.
So it's more practical to watch your body movement when you're moving around or doing things.
Okay. Yeah,
Only
I think
when you're sitting down, when you're sitting still, then you can watch your breath.
Okay. I'll try that.
Mm.
Another question. Is chanting helpful at all?
It's just another form of mindfulness practice. If you
Okay.
cannot focus on your breath, then sometimes your mind is restless. You cannot focus on the breath, and you use chanting to bring down the restlessness.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Okay,
Appreciate
good.
it. Yeah.
Try it out. When you cannot focus on your breath, then do some chanting, reciting some words or something that you can remember.
Oh, I might try that. I go to Buddha, but maybe I'll do the chanting.
Or if you like, you can try the 32 parts of the body.
Okay. I'll have to commit that to memory.
Yeah. Then you have something to calm your mind down with.
Very good. Yes, thank you.
Okay, good. Let me know what happened.
I will.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next, I'll go to Jason from Florida. Are you back in Florida now?
Good evening, Ajaan. Yes, I'm back in Florida until Friday. I've been back for, I guess, a little over a week and a half, thereabouts. So I've been quite active, visiting with family, which has been nice, but it's really flown by. So depart on Friday and been getting ready for that. I've been thinking about the role of blaming in my life. I had a monk once say to me, pose the question, have you ever met anyone you haven't blamed? And I've been starting to think of the role of blaming in the experience of dukkha. And so, having an experience of dukkha, but having that sort of habitual reaction to want to point a finger and to blame. And I was wondering what you might suggest as like a Dhamma medicine for that tendency.
Well, the only person that you never blame is yourself. And actually, you should blame yourself, because you yourself is the cause of all your problems. If you don't take birth, then there will be any problem. So blame everything on yourself. And you should correct your problem by stopping rebirth. Once you have no rebirth, then there will be no problem anymore. So don't blame other people because they are just peripheral or what you call collateral thing around you. They are more like trigger that cause you trigger the problem inside yourself, the dukkha inside yourself. So you have to try to get rid of the dukkha, the suffering inside, the dissatisfaction in your mind, in yourself, by stopping your cravings for things to be the way you want them to be. If you have no cravings toward anything, anybody, then they can do anything and it won't affect you. See? If you want them to act in a certain way, do a certain thing, and if they're not doing what you want, then you get angry at them, and you blame them for your dissatisfaction. So it's all come back to you. If you have no craving, I guarantee you would have no dukkha. No. You will always be happy, regardless of whatever people do or don't do or say.
Yeah, it reminds me, I thought of this a while back in a situation where a family member was having some difficulty with their preferences not being met. And I thought more preferences, more problems. And I try to remind myself of that with my attachment to, my views and my preferences, that if I don't have all these preferences, then I don't have these problems, for wanting things to be a particular way.
That's right. The Buddha said, take things as they come. Don't expect, don't prefer. Take whatever you get, Be happy with whatever you get. Be thankful for whatever you have. Then you will always be happy. But it's hard to do because our defilement always want to have this and have that, and never satisfied with whatever we have. So you need to meditate and get to upekkha or equanimity. That's where you can then. That's why contentment is. Then you can take anything. So do a lot of mindfulness and meditation. Try to get to the fourth jhana, to get to equanimity. Then you have contentment. Then you don't have to prefer to have anything. You can take anything. Hot coffee or cold coffee, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Sounds good. I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you and everybody else. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay.
Be well.
Take care. Next, Kulis. If I'm pronouncing your name correctly, I'm sorry. How do you pronounce your name?
Hello, Ajaan. It's Gülis.
Okay, Kulis.
Yes.
Okay. Can I help you?
Sorry?
Can I help you with anything?
Yeah, I have one question based on your response to another question, actually. If I heard you correctly, I think you said, like, when something comes up, first practice metta, mudita, compassion, and then if they don't work, upekkha. Did I understand you correctly?
That's right.
Could you explain it a bit further, if possible, Ajaan?
Well, if you run into somebody who needs help and you try to help, but you cannot do it because it's beyond your ability, then you just have to use equanimity and say, that's all I could do. Don't get sad or don't become depressed or angry or sad with your inability to help, because you can only do so much.
Yes. So, but as you said, first to use compassion. For example, if I experience somebody else's suffering, then it's okay to try to help if I can within my capabilities.
That's right.
Yeah, right? And if I can't, then
you just have to stop.
Yeah.
And not trying to blame yourself or be unhappy with your inability to do something.
Yes, but that doesn't mean also that I need to face away from the suffering. I can still be with, I can still see the suffering, but maybe I don't have any means to help, but stay with whatever is going on. Because in my experience, I feel that when I do that, I know that I can't help, but I stay with the suffering. I feel my heart growing. It's very painful, but I also feel like opening of my heart, knowing that I cannot do anything, but sometimes opportunities come up later on, so maybe I can help in some other way. So I try to stay with the suffering still.
Yes, as long as you can remain undisturbed by the suffering that you experience or see. You can remain calm and still being happy inside, not feeling sad or unhappy.
Well, I feel sad, of course, but then moving away, I think would make me more sad. I don't know if I explained correctly, but
Yeah, because you feel you have abandoned something that you should do, but you could not do it anyway. So by being close, it might cause you to have the suffering because you're seeing the suffering in front of you. So sometimes maybe it's better for you just to go away from the suffering and forget about the suffering, because staying there or going away doesn't change anything anyway. It changes your reaction, your mental reaction. If you remain with the suffering, you can still feel sad. But if you go away, then you forget about the suffering. And then the sadness inside yourself disappear. You have the choice. You can stay or you can go away.
yes.
There's no set rules that you have to go or stay. It's up to you.
Thank you very much.
If you have strong equanimity, you can stay and not be affected. You can stay. But if you stay and you feel affected, then maybe you should go. And
yeah,
maybe,
but sometimes also if I stay with the suffering, first the suffering, grows and becomes bigger, but then like some kind of an equanimity is cultivated within so that I can stay with the suffering without being too much disturbed.
Yes, if you don't have equanimity, then you have to meditate.
Yeah.
Or use mindfulness. Focus your mind on your breath or recite the mantra for a while, then you have more equanimity.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Next up, Alachita, your friend, right?
Yes, so it's good to see you.
Okay. Where were you last week? You weren't here.
I was a bit late in joining, and then I was like, oh, I couldn't
join
get
the
in.
room. Yeah, too many people.
Yes. So today I made sure I got in early. Yes.
Okay. So, anything new?
Well, remember I was working on that. You did ask me to resist the extra desire to have tea or something. So that was a good experience to work with. That week, I kind of felt all my defilements go like rebellious. And I ended up eating sweets and whatever. Then I said, look, this can't carry on. I need some measure which will make me stop. So then this thought came to me and said, you need to sit down and actually recite that you are taking the 8 precepts rather than say that, I'm just not going to eat a meal. So I tried that because not this week, last week, I started on Monday. And somehow, because I had said it, it was easier for me to resist. So that was interesting to observe.
Yes, that's a good way to remind yourself that you're keeping the 8 precepts, so you cannot indulge yourself with sensual pleasure.
Yes. So just, maybe just reciting it helped just to remember I said it. So now I'm breaking 2 because then I'll be lying if I eat. And so that was something, that's all.
You just have to find different various techniques to deal with your defilement. You know,
Yes,
they are very
that's what
clever.
I'm seeing.
They can evade your capture. You're trying to capture them, and then they'll evade and they'll find some other way of coming out without you knowing it.
Yeah, strong habits, huh? So yes.
Mm.
But yes, it's a balance. I just know that, okay, I'm sticking to this. So sometimes I know I'll slip, but I'm sticking to it. So that's it.
Yeah, you just have to accept that someday you might succeed and someday you might fail.
Exactly.
But this is part of the process.
Yeah.
As long as you keep doing it, there'll be more success and less failure.
Yes. So yes, that's it for now.
Okay, keep up with your work.
Yes. Thank you. And it's
Yeah.
good to be here. Some accountability helps.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yes.
Next, Professor Ken from Switzerland. Good
afternoon, Ajaan.
Yes.
No questions at the moment, Ajaan.
Everything okay?
Everything's okay. Practice is fine.
Okay. I'll go to Justine. Hi, from California.
Good evening, Ajahn. Good to see you. So I have a few questions on the practice. In the Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha talked about to be mindful and samjanya. So samjanya is to know exactly what we're doing when we're doing it. So what exactly is mindfulness?
Mindfulness and sampajana. Mindfulness is being aware of what's going on, what you're doing. Okay, it's mindfulness. Sampajanya means continuous mindfulness. That's all what we are. So when you first start, your mindfulness can come on and off. Sometimes you're mindful, sometimes you become unmindful. But as you try to keep maintaining your mindfulness, it will slowly start to become sampajana. That's the goal of developing mindfulness, to eventually to have continuous mindfulness or constant mindfulness all the time, not on and off.
Okay. And knowing the danger of the sense desires, how does one go about guarding the sense doors? Is it possible to cut the sense impressions without even being in jhana?
Well, you can go and isolate yourself away from the sensual objects, like go live in a monastery, stay in the forest, stay in places like this, and then there are no sensual pleasure. That's why sometimes the Buddha recommend practice in the cemetery or practice in the forest to get rid of your sensual objects.
Okay, but is it possible to not feel the sense impressions at all? Like if somebody touches you, you try to not feel it, and then eventually you don't feel it. Is it even possible?
No, I think it's your reaction to it is automatic. It's been inbred in your system, and the only way to do it is to use mindfulness. By reciting a mantra or something, then you can stop the reaction from spreading.
Okay. Yes, that's right. Okay, so I've been practicing the 4 elements meditation, but I find it very powerful. But I've heard that it's only ever lead to upachara samadhi and not apana samadhi. Is it enough for enlightenment?
No, there's for the 4 elements is for wisdom, for understanding the nature of the body, as having no self. It's just an element. In modern language, it's all made up of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, so forth. They combine and then form various parts of the body. There's no self in the body. That's the purpose of contemplating on the 4 elements. You see that they are just elements, molecules, atoms. you know. But the mind, once possesses this body, through its own delusion, thinking it becomes the body itself. And the body is just a knowing element. The mind has the ability to control the body, to connect with the body, and then tell the body what to do. But the mind is not the body. The suffering that the mind suffer because due to the mind's own delusion, to think that the mind is the body. So when whatever happens to the body, then the mind becomes painful, become affected. So you want to teach the mind that the mind and the body are two separate entities. The body is just the four elements that eventually will have to decompose one day. And the mind has to let go the attachment to the body. Let go of the view that the body is the mind.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the four elements meditation it's
for vipassana. It's for the wisdom.
But I still have to develop jhana.
Yes, because if you don't, you will not be able to cut off the attachment.
Mm.
You need jhana to do it. Right now, we all know the body is not you, not me. It's the four elements, but we're still attached to it. But once you have the fourth jhana, then the mind has the strength to stop being attached to the body. And if you want to get to the fourth jhana, use anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing. It's stated in the four foundation of mindfulness.
Yes.
The first one is actually go to the forest and sit under a tree and then watch your breath.
Yes.
But it's difficult. That's why people don't want to practice this part.
Yes, very difficult actually.
The most difficult part really is to meditate, to still your mind.
Yeah.
So people want to take a shortcut and go to vipassana. But vipassana without jhana it's like having a knife that hasn't been sharpened. You have a knife, but you cannot use it effectively. You have to sharpen your knife first. And jhana is the sharpening of the mind to give it the strength of wisdom.
Thank you. My last question is on perception. In the Satipatthana Sutta, like unlike the body and the feeling, there's no specific section for perception. It's grouping the 5 khandhas with the other 4 khandhas in the Dharma section. And I see that different perceptions can drastically change my experiences of the world. So how do we meditate on perception?
Well, teaching the perception of new information, the old information that the perception has is wrong. We call wrong view. You want to teach the perception with the right view, that everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta. When you see something, you see, this is a man, this is a woman, this is good, this is bad. You shouldn't look at it like that anymore. You say, this is anicca, everything is impermanent. This is no self. If you attach to them, you get suffering. So you want to change your perception by teaching it the new information that the Buddha had discovered. The 3 characteristics of existence. Just like the 4 elements we're just talking about, this is the changing of a new perception. When you look at the body, you don't ever think about the 4 elements, right? Do you? You think of a person, a man, and nationality, so forth. You never think, this is just the 4 elements I'm seeing. Okay, so you have to change your perception.
I see. So, okay. And about the perception itself, do we also see it as impermanent?
You don't have to worry about it.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's changing all the time, your perception.
Yes.
And it's not important to know it. The important is how it perceived is more important. How the perception perceived is more important.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Next, go to Mike. Hi, Mike from New York.
Greetings, Tana John. Just listening today, no questions, but always appreciate being here.
Okay, good. Alvin from Malaysia.
Namaskar, Ajahn. No question really, just hear the previous
Okay.
thing. Thanks.
Okay, Daniel from Texas. Are you still in Texas or are you somewhere else?
I'm in New York right now visiting family before my final move back to Thailand.
Okay, good.
But my question is, I'm doing very well with my meditation, but I struggle with overthinking and negative thoughts coming to me. Usually times when I'm driving or I'm just doing mundane chores. So it's just a struggle I have. So any advice or help there?
Try to focus on what you do and ignore your thinking. If you're driving, just focus on the driving. If you're eating, just focus on the eating. Real focus, concentrating on what you do. Then the thought will not bother you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
That was pretty much all I have. I'm excited to be back and to see you again.
Okay, good.
But thank you. Thank you.
See you soon.
Thank you. See you soon. Thank you.
All right. Next, Kok Sing from Singapore.
Good evening, Prajan. No questions at the moment.
Okay, Lynn from Indonesia.
Good evening, Tanajan. Hope you are well and healthy.
Yes, thank you.
That's good. I've got one question tonight. We know that Vesak Day is coming soon. So there are lots of people doing celebration for the Vesak. And then I'm just wondering, because I'm a bit reluctant to go to the temple or the monastery to have the celebration together with other lay people. And I prefer to stay at home to practice meditation. So is that something wrong view or?
No, that's the right attitude for meditator. Meditator want to stay away from the crowds, want to seek seclusion. When I was at Wat Pa Banta, there was no celebration in the monastery on this any day. Every day is a quiet day for practice.
Okay.
So don't be lost with the crowd. Yeah. These are for children or kindergarten student who hasn't yet moved up the ladder. So they need the celebration to keep them in line with Buddhism. But once you get into meditation, you're like a university student already. So you don't do the activities of the kindergarten student do. You do the activity of university student, which is meditate, seek seclusion. This is the way to celebrate Visakha for a meditator. Patibat Bhuja. The Buddha said Patibat Bhuja. Pay homage by practice. This is the best form of paying homage.
It's good to know that because I always feel guilty of not going to the celebration. Yeah.
Yes. A lot of people once they get into meditation, they feel a little bit split between dana and the practice of dana and the practice of meditation. Once you get into meditation, then you have to ditch the practice of dana. Don't worry about it. Because they can distract you from your meditation practice.
Yes, that's true. Very true. Yeah.
And the result from your meditation is much more worthwhile than the result from the dana. So you don't need dana once you get into meditation practice. But it doesn't mean you don't do it. If you happen to have the occasion or the right time, then you do it. But not just to do it simply because you have to do it anymore.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, thank you so very much, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay. Nining, also from Indonesia.
Yeah, Ajahn. Ajahn,
Yes.
I'm university student. I want to go to the forest to practice
Good.
meditation. Yeah, I have already managed my time. I plan to attend Ajahn Dhammatalk on 17 May, and then I will contact admin once I touch down the Thailand, because like Ajahn said before, that it's better kisera sera. So when I arrive in Thailand, I will contact the admin that I plan to stay in the Khao Chion for 12 days. Actually, I have already issued my ticket. And the one that I want to do first in Thailand is attending the Dhammatalk, because I want to do meditation with Ajahn for 30 minutes that I have never because I have never been done it before.
What's the difference when you do it yourself?
Yeah, I'm very happy because I did it on Saturday and Sunday. I said to my mom, I want to do the meditation with Ajahn for 30 minutes. So I joined the live, and then I did the meditation, and I'm very happy.
You're not meditating with me, you're meditating with yourself. You're not looking at me when you meditate.
Yeah, but the vibe is different, Ajahn. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm very happy. That's why I want to attend the Dhammatalk and do meditation for 30 minutes, and then I hope that I can stay in the Khao Chion for 12 days, so that I can because I have already issued my ticket, already confirmed. So I will back to Indonesia 30 May.
If you are sure that you're gonna be there, then you can make a reservation.
Okay then, because
if you wait, you might not get the date that you wanted.
Yeah, because actually one of my problem is only my mom, Ajahn, because I can leave behind everything. I believe now I can leave behind everything. But once, for example, if there is something happen to my mom, so I cannot leave her. That's only that it's the problem, Ajahn. So if Ajahn agree, after this I will email the admin, since I have already issued my ticket. So I will asking for the house for 12 days stay.
Yes, you can make reservation, but you have to put down some payment, I think, to ensure that you come. If you don't come, then you lose the payment that you.
Yeah. Actually, I will pay all, and then if I don't come, it's for dana. So
Yes.
I don't want to make I don't want to make problem for everyone.
That's right.
Yeah. So after this, I will email the admin, because actually that I'm afraid that there is something happen, but since Ajahn said that it is okay for me to do reservation, so I will do reservation.
Or you can wait and maybe not get what you wanted. So
Yeah,
it's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah, kisera, because 14 days I have already managed 14 days in Thailand, because I love Thailand. Thailand is my second home. I think Thailand is my only destination for right now.
Okay.
I don't want to go anywhere. Just go practice, and Thailand is the only selection, the only choice for me.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and that's all. And then Ajahn, just now when Ajahn said to Justin about we live with wrong mental fabrication. I mean, we react automatically, instantly with our mental fabrication, like and then we should teach our mind with anicang, dukang, anatang. So
That's right.
when we see like the deer in the Kauchion, so I don't see them as the deer, as animal. I see them as anicang, dukang, anatang. Is it correct?
Well, the goal is for you not to react to what you see.
Oh, because I plan to bring I plan to bring carrot for them. I want to food.
Don't feed them, because they'll come after you. When you see them, you should chase them, right? So they don't come and bother you.
Oh, no need to feed them.
No, don't feed the animal. They can feed themselves. There's plenty of food in the forest. But you feed them, then you give them a bad habit, so they'll keep coming back for more, and they can disturb you.
So when we teach the mind of the three characteristics, anicang, dukang, anatang, it is when we meet everyone and everything. Is
Everything, so that you don't react to them. So you leave them alone. The purpose of seeing everything as anicca or dukkha. If you deal with them, you get dukkha. So do you want to deal with them or not?
So in this practice, every time we meet new person or new stuff, so we firstly said to the self that this is anicang, dukang, anatang. Is it correct?
Right, that's right. Don't deal with them if you have to. But if you have to, you just deal with them with a detached mind, not attachment. No attachment to whoever you deal with. Because they come and go, they are anicca. If you have attachment, when they leave, when they go away, they can cause you sadness.
Because if this is boy, this is girl, I think I have already passed the test. Because I feel right now that I don't have any
You have to see anicca. You have to see anicca, that they are temporary.
Yeah, because I treat men and woman equal, because right now I don't attract to opposite. I mean, I don't attract to men right now, Ajahn.
Okay, as long as you're not attracted, it's okay.
Yeah, because I treat equal.
Yeah, okay.
So actually in what level that there is no gender, Ajahn? In what level or in what realm when there is no gender?
I don't know. I don't want to dispute what you say, because there is gender. There's male and female. You cannot deny this fact. But that they are all the same. They are anicca. They are temporary. That's what you should look at.
Yeah, because I ever heard, but I forget that in Brahma, but in a certain level that there is no gender like that.
The mind has no gender.
Oh, the mind has no gender.
Yeah, the body has gender.
Oh.
The mind has preference. The mind has preference. The defilements still have preference. Some mind like woman, some mind like men. This is a preference in the mind, not in the body. So just look at the body as temporarily, as anicca, birth, aging, sickness, and death. That's how you should look at. Not look at them as gender or no gender. There is gender. You have to understand the conventional truth also. We are talking about two different type of truth: conventional truth and absolute truth. When we say anicca, dukkha, anatta, this is absolute truth. It's the same with everybody, everything. But conventional truth we separate, due to the different nature of the body. You have male, female, you have woman, you have old and young, and so forth. These are all conventional truth.
Lokutara Dhamma and Alokutara Dhamma. The Pali words for the conventional truth and is
the absolute truth.
Yeah. Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go to Samanji now. Okay, hi, Samanji.
Hello, Tanajan.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, perfectly. Good. You want to have any question?
Yes, I have some questions today, Tanajan. Firstly, I want to know how can lay Buddhist practitioners balance the demands of modern life with the commitment to Sila, Samadhi, and Prajna? How can they balance both?
It depends on how strong your moral mind is. The stronger the moral, and you can keep the precept more. If your mind is not strong, then you cannot keep it more. So it depends on how you would prefer to have for yourself, moral life or immoral life, material life or spiritual life. So the balance can vary from person to person.
Okay. So it depends on our choice or our preferences?
On your preferences.
Okay, Tanajan. Thank you. And Tanajan, is true detachment possible without renunciation? And what does that mean for householders on the path? I mean to lay people.
Detachment comes from equanimity. Once you have equanimity, you're detached from everything. That doesn't matter whether you're a householder or an ordained person. If you don't have equanimity, you still attached.
Okay, Tanajan. And I think you answered a part of this question. This is related to Visak, Tanajan. How should a true Buddhist meaningfully celebrate Vesak? I mean, should greater emphasis be placed on Amisa Puja? Because a lot of people we see, they make Vesak lanterns and all that. They give a lot of emphasis on that. Or should we focus more on Patipatti Puja based?
You should do both, really. In the morning, you do that charity, and then in the evening, you practice meditation.
I mean, most of our Buddhists, they make Vesak lanterns and decorate streets and their homes. Should those things be done? We usually do it even in our offices and almost everywhere. That has been a practice that we have been doing for years.
Yes, but it's not dana, really. It's better to spend the money on helping other people.
Okay. Okay, sometimes they hold dhan sellers where they distribute food free of charge, but most of the time beggars won't get a chance to get a meal, and mostly rich people would come for those dhan sellers that are being held on Vesak poetry.
Can you repeat what you said again?
What I said was, like, for Vesak, they give food, they distribute food free of charge, maybe food in the sense ice cream or fried rice or whatever. I'm just talking about Sri Lanka's experience. So most of the times, a lot of rich people or people who can afford to get a meal come to get, come and have meals from this, but a beggars hardly get a chance. I'm talking about,
because they still have greed. If you have, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean when you're rich you don't have any greed anymore.
They go for the fun of it, actually.
Whatever, it's still greed.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Tanajan. Yeah. And my next question is, how is gratitude understood in Buddhist teachings, and how does it differ from attachment or obligation? Gratitude.
Gratitude?
Gratitude, Tanajan.
Gratitude toward what?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, how is it interpreted in Buddhist teachings? And like, is it kind of an attachment? Maybe we are grateful to somebody for whatever that person had done to us. Is it another kind of attachment or obligation?
It's a what you call it's a good practice. It's to be grateful to whoever helped you and make your life better. So whenever you have the chance in the future, if you can return the favor, then you should do it. But it doesn't mean that you have to feel obligated, because the person who really actually help you, they don't expect anything from you in the first place. When you give dana, you don't expect anything back. But the person who received the dana should be grateful toward that person. And maybe one day in the future, maybe the situation is reversed. The giver become poorer and the receiver become richer. Then maybe you should reciprocate.
Okay, Ajahn. Yeah. My next question is based on Noble Eightfold Path, Ajahn. I mean, in this age of social media, how can right speech be upheld in this age of social media and instant communication?
Be mindful before you say anything.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, are you breaking the precept or not before you say it?
Okay. Okay, Thanajan, my last question is based on meditation. Thanajan, when we meditate, sometimes we get disturbing thoughts and we find it very difficult to maintain concentration. So like when we are meditating, when we get a disturbing thought, is it okay to then concentrate on that disturbing thought as to why we got that disturbing thought rather than stopping meditation? No.
Yeah, no. You change if you're watching your breath, then you should switch to chanting instead.
Okay, Thanajan.
Ignore the thought. Don't deal with them, because when you deal with them, you're creating more thoughts. So you want to stop thinking.
Yes. Okay.
So just ignore all the bad thoughts and concentrate on your chanting. If you cannot concentrate on your breath or your mantra, then you need to do the chanting instead.
You have to switch to chanting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Thanajan, that's all I have for today.
Okay.
Actually, my sister is in town. She too would like to talk to. Shall I ask her to join in a while?
Your sister?
Maybe my sister is in town. Is with me these days because my mother was not well, so she came down.
Is she in the room
So
right
maybe,
now?
yes, actually, shall I ask her to join in a little while then?
Can she come in right now?
Okay. Could you give me maybe 2 seconds, then I'll
Okay.
ask. Okay.
Okay. I'll go to B first, and I'll come back to you. Okay, B, while we wait.
Hi, Ajahn. Good evening. To see you again.
Yes. So, you have any plan for Visakha?
I plan to visit a temple, Wat Pathum in Bangkok. I plan to maybe make some merit and do some meditation.
Okay, good.
On Sunday.
Okay.
So I understand it's like one of the 3 most important Buddhist dates, right? Along with the Buddhist Lent and the Makhabusha.
Yes, but this is considered the most important of the 3. And it's only in Thailand that we celebrate the other 2. In most other Buddhist countries, I think, they only celebrate Visakha. Okay, Samanji is back. Samanji, is your sister ready to talk?
I'm sorry, Thanajan. She's busy with my mother. She's
Okay, maybe later on.
Okay.
Whenever she's ready, she can come back on.
She waited for a while and then went. She came down actually because my mother is not well. Yes,
Okay.
maybe. Okay, thank you, Thanajan. Nice.
Okay, don't turn off the video. Just when she comes in, if I see her, then I'll go to her. Okay. Okay, next. B. Ravin again. You have any question?
Yes. So, Prajan, I heard you mention earlier there was a word called Amisabucha. What is that again?
Giving offering, like materials like money and so forth. Amisabucha. There are 2 types of bucha. paying homage. Amisa Bhuja and Patibat Bhuja. Amisa Bhuja is really the practice of dana. When you give things away, you're practicing Amisa Bhuja. When you meditate, you're practicing Patibat Bhuja. And the Buddha said Patibat Bhuja is the best form of paying homage to the Buddha. Because you can get to Nibbana by Patibat Bhuja. You only get to heaven by Amisa Bhuja, by dana.
So it is the rankings of the level of merit, right? From dana to sila and to samadhi.
To Pavana, yes, to Pavana. But you have to start at the beginning first. If you cannot yet give dana, then you should practice dana first. Because dana will help get rid of your defilement, your greed for money, greed for things that you can buy with money. So when you give away money, then you won't have any means of supporting your greed. Then you'll be able to go and meditate.
Yes, I find dana is very useful. It helps to kind of reduce expectation and kind of like just helping others as well. So I think it's really good for the mind. I feel like my mind becomes light and happy after I do dana because I felt I have actually helped someone.
That's right. It gives you a good feeling, a good sense of happiness, better than going to spend the money on a movie or on something else. The result is different.
Yes, helping others without expecting anything in return is much better than expecting.
Yes. Or even pay back to somebody who has been good to you, kind to you, like your parents. Maybe you can buy them some gift or something.
I give them money every month.
Okay, good. That's the way. That's dana. That's showing your gratitude. We should always be grateful toward people who has been helpful for us, helpful to us. Okay, anything else?
Not for now, Prajhan. Thank you.
Okay. Go Kafanim from Malaysia.
Yeah, good day to you, Ajaan. Yeah, I got a question. I guess you have answered it, but it's okay. I still ask it. Yeah, I know Visak Day is coming, and nowadays I also not been actively in performing dana. Rarely going to temple, so I would like to take this opportunity to go. Because I've been finding solitude and places to practice alone, so I feel more peaceful that way. So at first, I'm not sure if this is the right view of the practice, but along the way, so many years, it seems like it is a preference of being alone come naturally. So yeah, I'm not really sure if it's the correct view or not. Yeah, but I guess you have answered it partially earlier.
Yes, once you're in the meditation mode, then you want to be alone. You don't want to go into crowds and celebrate with other people.
Yeah. All right. Sure. Then I will continue the practice. And now, of course, like many others has been saying, Vesak Day is one of the big, a big day, just paying homage to Lord Buddha. So I may take this opportunity, just to, just visit temple as a gratitude for the teaching.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Belinda from Singapore. Yes, how are you?
I'm fine. Good.
Okay, good. What do you plan to do on Visak Day?
I've been thinking about doing 8 precepts,
Okay, good.
but then if there are daily activities, I would just participate and keep the 8 precepts.
Okay, and meditate all day? Haven't thought of that.
Sorry?
Just you haven't thought of that.
Sometimes I try to keep mindfulness all day, even during the dana or
Yeah,
whatever activities in the monastery. So that the formal sitting, I hope to do it. I will commit to do it.
yeah, because
So just,
the purpose of being mindful is to lead you to sitting meditation.
so I try to keep mindful speech on the day of that.
Okay, any question?
But I feel it's important to have it consistently, Dajan. Not just Visakha Day.
Yeah, you should do it every day, but for lots of people, they only do it on special day only because that's the only time they have. But for people who have more time, then they should do more practice, not just wait for a special day to do it.
Dajan, I find it difficult to like stay still for 1 hour, 2 hours. Or I'm
Because you
just
don't have, your mindfulness is not strong enough. See?
Mm.
So you have to develop more mindfulness and meditate more to get to equanimity. Once you have equanimity, you'll find your mind becoming still and doesn't want to go anywhere or do anything. So just keep on practicing both mindfulness and meditation. You have to do both, not just only mindfulness only. The purpose of doing mindfulness is to lead you to meditation. Okay. All right. Anything else?
It's not Dajan.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll go to Philip from Malaysia. Philip.
Good evening, Tanjan. I just got one question. With regards to the stages of enlightenment from the Sotapanna, Satagami, and moving forward, right? Can a practitioner attain these stages all at once if they have practiced previously in their life, or do they have to take a pause at the Sotapanna stage, or at Satagami, Anagami, and then an Arahant?
Some can do it continuously in a few minutes. They'll complete the 4 stages. I think there's a story about monk on shaving day when he applied the first shave on his head, he became a Sotapanna. So when he applied the second, he became a Sakidagami. And until the 4th, he became an Arahant. Just in 4 shave, just for using on the four blade, shaving of the head 4 times. Because the mind is constantly developing wisdom while he's doing this shaving on his head. So yes, you can finish them in real quick in succession. But so for some people, they just do step and then they stop for a few days and they continue to develop more wisdom. So it depends on the ability of each person's personal wisdom, how much they have. How fast can you think? How fast can you develop the wisdom?
And the stages of enlightenment, or even up to the Arahant stage, right? It doesn't need to necessarily be on a seated meditation posture, right? It can happen
in any posture, under any circumstances, as long as your mind constantly using wisdom to deal with your defilement.
Okay.
It's only when you practice jhana you have to be still. You have to sit still. But with wisdom, you can be moving, standing, walking, sitting, or in any posture.
Mm.
Okay, and you can also become enlightened sitting also. It's not the body that becomes enlightened, see? It's the mind. So as long as the mind keep developing wisdom and getting rid of defilement, the mind become enlightened, regardless of the position of the body, the posture of the body. It's only when you meditate for jhana, then the mind, well, in order for the mind to become still, the body has to be still first. So the body has to sit still and not move. So these two practices are different. With jhana, with samadhi, you have to keep the body still first. A still body will help to make a still mind, to create a still mind. You need a still body. But with wisdom, you can think in any posture, as long as you see the three characteristics of existence on the object that you still have attachment to. And you see that they are anicca, dukkha, anatta, then you let go of your attachment. Okay, understand?
Yes, understand, Ajahn. Thank you.
All right. Next, Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn. I'm just happy to be listening in. No questions. Thank you.
Okay. How about Julie Pong? Hi, Julie from Hong Kong. Is this your first time with us?
Yeah. Hi, Ajahn. I'm so grateful that I can have a chance to chat with you. Yeah. And I'm deeply impressed by reading your autobiography, especially the chapter you said before becoming a monk, there's a year you spent at home practicing many hours meditation and not seeing other friends and others. And recently, I have one month joining free meditation camp. And this is really a big progress for me in meditation. Can I talk about my recent experience during the meditation camp?
No, before you ask question, you have any question? We don't have time for listening to your experience.
Oh, okay, never mind. And I want to ask if the suffering is how to say in the meditation, I will feel that all the sufferings is inside my body and mind, and there's actually nobody outside. And if I try to have a test like when listening to others, it's just a sound, not any people. And if I try to identify it, if there's any people, the mind is thinking already. And then I will try to go back to my body, and it's just the body, bones, and the mind only. I will in meditation, I will have this feeling. And like when I'm moving in daily life, some moments I will think that, oh, it's only some material is moving. Maybe this is not me. And I will try to have the meditation experiences that when I'm not craving, the mind is not craving, the neck pain will separate, the feeling of painful will separate, start to feel so far away. I don't know if this is correct.
Well, as long as the mind remain calm under any situation, then that's correct.
Okay.
You just want to separate the mind from the body and everything else, and see everything as changing. Everything is temporarily, and everything rise and fall, appear and disappear. And all the mind has to do is just to acknowledge. That's all.
I think my difficulty is during meditation. I don't know what is the right way to contemplate the anicca, dukkha, and anatta.
Well, when you meditate, you don't want to contemplate. You want to focus your attention on the breath, and to stop your mind from thinking. But when you want to develop understanding or wisdom, then you have to study the anicca, dukkha, anatta. Anicca, what does it mean? It means change. Things don't remain the same. Everything is temporarily. Like your body is changing all the time, from birth to death. See? So you want to understand this the nature of your body, that one day it will get old, get sick, and die. And there's nothing you can stop or prevent it from happening. But the goal is for you or the mind not to be affected by the change of the body, by accepting the change.
So the mind will start to accept the nature because yeah.
Yes, if the mind doesn't accept, then the mind will suffer. The mind will have dukkha.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay.
I will continue my practice. Thank you.
Good. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go back to Samanji's sister now. What's your name again? I forgot. Are you from Geneva or a different person?
Hello, Ajaan. Very nice to see you, Ajaan. These days I'm in Sri Lanka.
Okay. Well, but you're originally from Geneva, right?
Sorry?
Samanji has another sister living in Geneva, Switzerland. Are you the one?
No, I'm in Sri Lanka.
So a different sister then.
Yes, sorry, my connection. I don't hear very properly, Ajaan. Yeah? Excuse me.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, Ajaan. Sorry for the disturbance.
Go ahead with your question if you have any question.
Yes, I actually wanted to pay respect to you, and I have one question during this Visak period. How can we best practice Buddhism instead of like meditation? I know the meditation is number one, but as like for the second priority, what can we do during, especially during the Visak period and also during our daily lives?
Well,
Especially,
you can give things to charity, be generous, give dana, and also keep the precepts. Keep the 5 or the 8 precepts.
okay, Ajaan.
If you cannot yet meditate, then you just practice dana and practice sila, keeping the precept.
Okay. So during this period in Sri Lanka, there are like Dhansala called, people give away food and all lunches, dinners like in roads. So we can give food or any donation to these programs.
That's right, you can do that.
Okay. Okay, Ajaan.
Okay. And you can do this every day, not just on Visakha day.
Yes, I know. Yes, Ajaan.
Or maybe you should wait a day after Visakha, because on Visakha there may be too much food given and it can be spoiled. So maybe you wait a few days later and give when there's nobody else is giving.
Yes, true, Ajaan.
Okay. Is that all?
Yes, Tan. I could not join Zoom during the past few weeks because I was busy in Sri Lanka as my mother wasn't feeling well and was in hospital. So that I couldn't join Zoom, Ajaan. But I watched live and after telecast also.
Okay. You live in Switzerland, in Geneva.
Yes, in
Yeah,
Switzerland, I live in Geneva. Yes.
Okay. I can recognize you watching. You still a bit darker today. I'm not sure. Maybe because of the lighting or something.
Maybe when I was very tired and it's so sweating, very hot. So I'm having some problems with the weather also, with rashes and some problems.
Okay.
Okay, Ajaan. Very blessed to see you and I wish you good health and happiness.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very much, Ajaan.
All right. Who is next? Okay, now it's Steph. I think Steph, your turn. From Oregon.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. And you?
I'm doing really good. I won't take up too much time. I've just, yeah, I feel really good. I just, a lot of dispassion and just practicing a lot. I feel really tending towards seclusion.
Good. Good.
Yeah. Feel really grateful.
But do it naturally. Don't try to
I'm
force
not,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, do it naturally.
I,
If you have to be with people, enjoy being with them. But when you don't have to be with them, then try to be alone.
that's what's happening. Just the no preferences, like someone was saying earlier,
Yeah,
like I
that's
just
right.
don't care about good day, bad day, nothing. Just go with it.
Take things as they come.
Yes, yeah. And that's been
Yeah.
really good. So
Good.
I don't need to take up your time, but just so grateful.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, Vandana from California, right? Santa Cruz?
Santa Clara.
Santa Clara, okay.
Uh-huh.
That's in the Bay Area, right? Santa Clara.
Yes, Ajahn.
Okay.
And I remember when I met you, Ajahn, I think you did not recognize me because I haven't joined the Zoom sessions. You remember I met you in January?
Yes.
Yeah, so I just wanted to pay my respect to you. Practice is going very, very well. And since I started keeping mostly the 8 precepts before I went to Thailand, and so because I had to stay at the monastery, and then I'm continuing with those as much as possible, especially for the eating because I have to work. So sometimes I have, my hours are different for eating, or sometimes with the family reasons. The practice is moving forward with mindfulness and having nice, good experiences in the meditation. And mind is very cool all the time, want to stay in that state all the time. It's not only during meditation, but even doing anything, the mind just want to stay, as Stephanie was saying, that mind wants to be secluded. It doesn't want to get involved with many things, as if I have to, because I'm working. I have so many students this semester and I have to deal with them, but mind is mostly try to come back to the state which is very calm and peaceful. So naturally it's leading towards that, which I feel very nice because I'm following your instructions for, especially for walking meditation. I do Buddho, so just to come back to my walking because mine sometimes get distracted. But I can see the difference when I sit, because meditation is happening the entire day. I would say I just take out the time to do something else, because whenever I'm not doing something, I'm meditating. So that's naturally, mind does not want to do anything extra. Sometimes I have to force it to do something. So that's the beauty, I think. That's which you've been teaching us all
Yes.
this way.
To eventually not to do anything when you don't have to.
Yeah.
Do only what you have to. And if you have nothing else to do, just meditate.
Yes.
You get better happiness than doing anything else.
Exactly. It's very cool. It's like somebody is pouring the cold water and then this always stays. And right now, when I was listening to you, that's why I usually join on Facebook, because mine becomes just so cool that I doesn't want to talk, doesn't want to say anything. So today I have to force myself to just come to you. And I just wanted to also apologize for one thing. When I was coming to meet with you, I had some stuff, and then I had a pack of nice soft cookies, which I brought it to you for offering. But then I stopped at the monastery and there was an old dog sitting outside of the monastery, and I started feeding that dog and I fed him all. But then I felt, oh my God, I wanted to give it to Ajahn. So I never told you that. So I thought I should just apologize.
No need to. You have done dana anyway. Whether give it to me or give it to the dog. Besides, if you give it to me, I probably don't eat it anyway because I have so many other things to eat.
Exactly. And it was already 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I won't be able to eat until the next day anyway.
Yes. But it was beautiful
Yeah.
just being in your presence. I felt like that you had some charisma, and when you came out of your kuti, you just looked at me as like I thought just you were just looking at me. You might be looking at people, but it felt like that you just looked at me, and then I felt so happy just looking into your eyes. It's like some kind of transmission happened. I don't know what was it, but the mind became so happy. And then I couldn't understand Thai, but I sat there for the entire time you were talking. My eyes were closed. I was in such a beautiful state, nothing knowing even a single word of Thai, but I was just there in your presence. Was beautiful, Ajahn. I loved it. I loved it. Thank you so much for everything.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish to come back and stay at Wat Yan, because this time I was just a first time going to Thailand, didn't know what to do, so I just stayed at the Wat Map Jan because they had a clear. The website has very clear and clear guidelines.
Information.
Information. And my teacher in Seattle, Clear Mountain, Ajahn Nisabo, ordained under Ajahn Anand. So that was my first link. But I also know that I wanted to just be with you for a long time, which I will do next time to Wat Yan. I will try to get to Wat Yan maybe next time. But thank you so much, Ajahn.
You're welcome. Okay, I hope you advance in your meditation practice. Okay.
Just be in your presence. I think it did wonders for me. My just is transformed. I came back and I was like, wow, this is different. I was getting bliss and rapture all the time, but then this coolness is so beautiful. It's like soothing. It's like somebody just, you are in the water.
That's the nature of equanimity,
Yeah, yes.
contentment, equanimity, contentment.
Feel it.
Okay, good. Keep up with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. See you next time. Okay, go to Diana now from Canada, King City.
Namo Buddhaya, Ajaan Suchart.
So, anything?
Very happy to enter the room today. Many people were speaking. I was listening to everything. Still struggling with going in and out of mindfulness. I had a question. When I find myself when I already find myself that the mindfulness was low, therefore I'm caught up in some nervousness and fear. I have reached like this, I was either in or out. So now I am just kind of like aware that inside I'm experiencing like not peace like anything other than peace, like just either and then I'm trying to be mindful in that moment. So I'm not thinking so I was able to like stop myself from sinking lower and lower in that state, but let's say the nervousness or the fear already started churning inside, and the mind became kind of like emotional, like it's not equanimous.
You should start reciting the mantra right away.
So then like that means I need to drop the situation, like recite the mantra, and then I will be able to come back to the situation when the mind has already shifted, right? Because I didn't do that.
We should come back to mindfulness right away.
Even if I'm not, I think the mind is playing a trick, like it's kind of like tricking me to, no, I need to like think and figure this out, but better to just drop it and do the mindfulness until there's a shift higher.
Yes, until the mind becomes calmer.
Calmer.
Yeah. If you keep thinking or reacting to your thought, you become more restless and more agitated, not less. Only when you come back to your mantra, then your nervousness and agitation will become less.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then another question, the last question I had was like, how come the mind is like so, I find that I catch my mind drawn to other distractions as a solution to this anxiety, let's say, or the nervousness that, oh no, these changes are happening, I have no control. And rather than going to the mindfulness, is there something that I can do to try to, because I seem to going like the mind is going on the circle all around, and I'm like, oh, I could have like shifted into the practice sooner, but it was like I shifted later, and I keep finding myself in this pattern. So is there like something else I can do to trick the mind into not doing the habitual other thing?
Just
Whatever.
keep reminding yourself whenever your mind becomes abnormal, you should come back to the mantra right away.
Yes, I don't know. Somehow the thought, the mind gets stuck to, or blinded or stuck to anything other, and it's only when I remove myself from the situation that I'm able to do the mantra, and I would like to be able to do it within the situation. I mean, I've experienced a few sudden situations that caught me off guard. So now I'm seeing that this pattern is happening, it's catching me off guard. So, okay, so then it's a lack of mindfulness all over again.
So you have to practice more mantra before things happening, before your mind becomes agitated or restless. If you wait for that and use the mantra, you might not be able to pull the mantra out. So you have to practicing reciting mantra even when your mind is still peaceful and calm. Make it into a habit that you can resort to anytime you need it.
So just basically all the time, so I build that skill.
That's
okay,
right.
yeah,
That's right.
that wasn't happening this week. Okay, let me do it this week now. Okay, thank you.
Okay, is that all?
Yes, but I just kind of like summarized the issue I had with the family, and I brought it back to what I could do about it. And that's pretty much like I need to stay more mindful. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Practice mindfulness, and then you'll be able to contain your nervousness and agitation.
Okay.
Okay. Don't be lazy. Keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto all day, like singing to yourself. Instead of singing songs, sing Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But you don't have to think, just recite Bhutto, Bhutto.
Yes, because the mind got caught into the possible future that might not be as pleasant, you know, and it got stuck there. And I was like, oh no, I need to get it out.
Yeah. Just stay with Bhutto, then the mind can be detached from whatever situation that might happen. And that thing comes and go by themselves without having to react to it.
You know, this is the area where I didn't have so much success, but there was also an area that I had more success. I was able to look at some things that I wasn't liking before, but I was able to look at them more equanimously. So that's a good thing.
That's a good thing, yes.
Yeah, I think so. Because then I was able to make a little bit of progress
But
with
you
those
want to
things.
be equanimous with everything.
Yes, yes. But those things were really bothering me. So I feel like I had a little bit of success that I can build upon.
Good. Try to keep reciting the mantra and you will be more able to deal with every situation calmly.
Yeah, I need to do that. But still I'm making progress because I'm going back and forth, but at least I'm not staying like there, you know? So I keep shifting now.
Okay.
It's irritating, but what can do?
Because your mindfulness is not constant yet.
Yeah.
Make it constant. Make it always on, not just on and off.
Okay. Okay. I'll make a stronger go at it.
Okay. Be more what you call, don't be lazy with the mantra. Try to be more diligent with the mantra. Try to recite as much as possible.
Okay, more effort. Okay.
Yeah, more effort. Okay, good. See you next time. Next, Sweet Check from Canada, from Vancouver. Almost didn't make it to the room tonight. Huh?
Yes, almost
Did
make
you,
it.
did you have to wait for long in the waiting room?
Yes, I
we
did.
came in 15 minutes earlier, maybe 5:45 in the morning. I think the Zoom starts at 6 a.m. Our time.
Yes, yes. But how long did you have to wait in the waiting room before you are in the room?
5:45
Until now.
until 2 hours.
2 hour waiting, huh?
5:45 to 7:45. Yeah, 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours. Yeah. I see.
But we turn on the
The live
Facebook
broadcast. Yeah,
position, yeah, at the same time. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
We just stay in the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the admin of the web has to manage the time, so they
Yeah.
try not to
Yeah.
allow too many people in at the same time.
Yes, we
Yeah, we
understand. Yeah.
understand.
So he's allowing one at a time coming in when he sees there's still more time left.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, we
So we still
understand.
have 15 minutes left, so you allow in.
The persistence are paid off.
Persistent, yes. Patient, kanti. We call in Buddhism we call kanti.
Kanti, yeah.
Kanti parami.
Yeah, kanti is the fire that burns the defilement. The Buddha say. With kanti you can use it to burn the defilement from your heart.
Oh, how?
By not getting angry and by not getting restless, just being patient.
Oh.
So there's no restlessness, no agitation. See. But if you don't have kanti, then you become restless, agitated, and you might get angry with us. How come I'm not allowed in the room? But you have no such thought. That means you have kanti. Yeah, equanimity. Kanti is another word. It's like having equanimity.
Kanti can burn the defilement. Oh.
Yeah, the fire that burns the defilement is called kanti.
Oh. So equanimity also burn the defilement?
Yes, it's the same thing. Kanti and equanimity actually are the same thing.
Oh. Oh.
And they both produce from being mindful.
Yes. Okay, any question tonight?
While listening to the Dhamma talk just now, I was thinking why Buddha call it like the establishment of mindfulness. Tanajan.
Because
Like
we don't have one, see, so we have to establish it.
That's why.
So simple. You've already have mindfulness, and there's no need to establish mindfulness, right?
I see.
What kind of question is that?
It's a stupid question. It's helpful for me. Yeah, I wonder why Buddha. Okay.
But don't we have a little bit? Like if not, we won't be able to function in the world.
Right.
Like
You just have about 50%. You need 100% mindfulness to become enlightened.
100%. Oh.
Yeah. But you only have 50. This is for human being usually have about 50% of mindfulness.
Oh. It's lower for like animals and stuff.
Yes,
Like
yes. Animal have less than human. Because they become less rational. They become more emotional than human. The less the mindfulness, the more the emotional becomes. The more mindfulness, then the more rational the mind becomes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it's helpful, Tanajan. Like, I don't understand why, but now I understand.
Why? You don't understand why?
Why Buddha, say it's the establishment of mindfulness, right? I didn't think
Because we don't have much mindfulness yet. And without mindfulness, we cannot use wisdom, develop wisdom or samadhi, jhana, to be able to get rid of the defilement.
Oh. So then we won't have this kanti equanimous. How about virya? Like virya, something dealing with mindfulness at all?
Yes, when you're mindful, you can become more diligent, because you are less distracted by your defilement. If you have less mindfulness, then your defilement can distract your mind, pull your mind away from being diligent and becoming more lazy. Better go to sleep, better watch television or something. This is the work of the defilement. When you're not mindful, then the defilement can become stronger. But when your mindfulness becomes more or stronger, then the defilement becomes less strong. So then you can exert more. You have more diligent than laziness. Diligence and laziness is the measurement between the amount of mindfulness you have. The more mindfulness, the more diligent. The less mindfulness, the more laziness.
Oh.
So once you have mindfulness, and everything will come together. Once you have mindfulness, diligence will come, samadhi will come, wisdom will come, then enlightenment will come. So that's why the Buddha said mindfulness is the most important tool.
Brings everything together, like
It
everything.
starts everything. It starts everything. Like the key you put in your ignition. Without the key, you cannot start your engine, right? You cannot start your engine, then you cannot drive the car. So you need to have the key first of all, to start the engine. And then once the engine started, then you can start driving the car. So when you lose the key, then you cannot go anywhere with the car.
Yeah. Like we can't cultivate all these like kanti, like without the virya, without mindfulness at all. Like so.
If you have no mindfulness, you cannot even move your body. When you sleep, you don't have mindfulness.
Oh yeah.
Or when you become drunk, when you're drunk, you can hardly move your body properly.
Yeah.
Because you don't have enough mindfulness. To tell the body to walk properly. You stagger when you walk, when you're drunk.
Yeah.
So keep establishing mindfulness. Okay, now you know the reason why.
Yeah.
Because you don't have enough of mindfulness yet.
Yeah. That really makes sense for me. But I don't have mindfulness. Yeah.
I know, it's so simple and yet not so easy to see, huh?
Yeah. It's really like, I didn't see it like, but nowadays I do more like Buddha. But if I stop, like I'll feel like my mind will drift away so fast, like,
Like because mindfulness is like an anchor, your mantra is like an anchor to your boat, If you stop reciting the mantra, it's like cutting off the rope from your anchor. Then your boat will start to drift.
Yep.
Your mind will drift with the thought and emotion that comes around. But if you have mindfulness, then the thought and emotion will not be able to move your mind because you are tied to your mantra. But your mind can remain calm and not restless or agitated if you keep reciting the mantra.
Yeah.
When you stop and you start to think, and then the thought will take over your mind, then you can become restless and agitated. So whenever you feel restless, agitated, or uncomfortable with your mind, then then it's time for you to take the Dhamma medicine, which is the mantra.
Yeah.
That will also help. anxiety as well, right, Ajahn?
Yes, the same thing. Nervousness, anxiety, restlessness, and agitating. They are all mental mental disturbances, let's put it that way. You don't want to have any mental disturbances. You want to have the mind to be calm and peaceful. So you have to have mindfulness to protect it. Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
Ajahn,
you,
for
Ajahn.
always stressing how important mindfulness is to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very.
Yes,
Thank you.
we've been talking this for years now, and you still and you can still remember. I mean, I've been talking about four foundation of mindfulness from the start of this teaching, and you still ask this question: why establish mindfulness?
Now I go to understand the title, Ajahn. Just the title right now, I do understand.
Okay.
The Buddha said that the mindfulness, monk, I say, is needed everywhere.
Yes, necessary. Everything, every situation.
Every situation. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, we'll go to Kunchup now for a question from Gmail or other sources.
กราบนมัสการท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ We have 6 questions altogether this evening so far. The first question is from the assistant Gmail. It's from Matilka from Cambodia. Pity that comes from jhana can be uncomfortable. I have read and discussed it with a teacher from another Theravada tradition, and the advice was to wait for it to lessen and go away. And when pity gets uncomfortable or painful, is it easy to get pushed out of the meditation? What is Ajaan's advice on this?
Pity is not uncomfortable. Pity should be comfortable and pleasant. If you're feeling uncomfortable, that's not pity. That's defilement, creating suffering to act as a hindrance to your meditation practice. So you should just ignore it and come back and focus on your meditation object.
The next question is from Debbie Jonas. Dear Ajaan, is it possible to have money and property and to not be disturbed by these things, to just use them without troubles or problems?
Well, you have to find out yourself, right? I don't have any property or money. So
excuse me.
Go ahead.
Or is it inevitable that we have to eventually abandon these things in order to abandon the confusion and disruption that is inherent in them?
Well, look at the Buddha. He had 3 palaces and he gave all up and lived in the forest under a tree. He found that more peaceful and happy than living in the 3 castles.
The next question is from Pauline Soon. Can Ajaan give tips to improve and develop meditation practice?
Keep practicing mindfulness all the time, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep.
The next question is from Lee Tek Hua. Hi, Ajaan. If we get angry easily, does it mean that our mind is weak? If this is so, how can we strengthen our mind so that we can get rid of our anger? Thank you.
Your anger is caused by your craving. You have too many cravings. So you have to reduce your craving down. Too many preferences. Yeah. Just try to take things as they come, and you won't get much anger.
The next question is from Meditimus. Hello, Ajaan. Thanks for your teachings. Just one question. Usually we fight our kilesas. Should we accept and watch them before we let them go? Thank you.
No, you have to suppress or get rid of them. This is the only way that they will go away. If you leave them alone, they'll keep coming back at you. So you either have to suppress it by mindfulness or eliminate it by wisdom. This is the only 2 ways that you can get rid of your defilement.
And the last question is from Lee Tekwa. Hi, Ajaan. Does meditation slow our mind down? If so, we gradually have problems dealing with others. If so, will we gradually have problems dealing with others because the world is so fast-paced nowadays? Thank you.
No, mindfulness doesn't stop. Meditation doesn't make your mind slower. It makes your mind sharper, more able to deal with the worldly situations. So So the more meditation you do, the more sharp your mind becomes. It's that it can see things more clearly and more rationally, and will know how to deal with things in a way that will not hurt the mind itself.
That is all,
Okay,
Ka.
all right. Well, that's about all the time we have for tonight also. Thank you for your participation. I hope you enjoyed this meeting and learned something from it tonight and use it to advance your practice. In the meantime, please be safe, be mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
กราบสาธุ
Thank you.
Take care, means.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Everyone, take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Your practice.
ใช่ค่ะ
In the meantime, please be safe, be mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all
พระ
goes
เจ้าของ
well,
วัน
I'll
นี้
see
เพีย
you
รหนึ่ง
all.
คนนะครับสวัสดีครับ
คุณครับ สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ